Lions fan. Welcome to this edition of Utopia Football Insiders. Chris Ransom, Oren Shiri here. Break down Week 7 in the NFL. You'll just be getting the 15 games from us this week, and then Georgia, Texas is on, but we're not going to do college this week. Oren and I both are on a timed schedule here, but let's start with the Saints Broncos, 2 rookie quarterbacks, Thursday night football. This should be an incredibly entertaining game. Patrick Surtain is out in concussion protocol, but the Saints' top 2 receivers are out. So a lot of the rookie quarterbacks are going to have to make good decisions in order for either team to win. I've got the Broncos winning a defensive game 21-14 over the Saints.
Well, this is the Thursday night matchup. Two rookie quarterbacks. One, Bo Nix, who was picked as, I believe, the 6th pick overall. And then, not to mention Spencer Rattler, who was left out from that big scene in the first round. And he had to wait a few extra rounds to even get selected. He gets selected by the Saints. Derek Carr's absence here, he gets his stance last week. That's how he fares. But if I were to rate the quarterbacks right now, I think Bo Nix is in the mix of getting things on intact. I did have the Saints winning, I believe, but I feel it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go 2017 Saints.
All right, I agree. It's going to be a defensive game. We're off to London for the second game of the week. Jaguars, Patriots. Drake May looked impressive in limited action. I am taking the Jaguars to win, but I actually think the Patriots cover the spread. The spread is Jacksonville -6.5. I think that's too high. I think this is going to be a 3 or 4 point win for Jacksonville. And there is the possibility my Patriots pull the upset in London. So I'm going to go 35-31 Jaguars. Jaguars have the worst pass defense, even though Tyson Campbell, their number 1 corner, is back from an injury. They have the worst pass defense in the league, so I think the presence of Campbell returning is going to be the difference in this game. But I do think the Patriots score 31 on Jacksonville. I actually think this is a rather high-scoring game where the Jaguars' offense finds their identity too.
Well, I mean, they're both Jaguars are completely the wrong direction as far as I'm concerned. Patriots are not at the top of their game like we've been saying the previous weeks. I don't know what happened to Trevor Lawrence. I really don't. I thought he was going to be a successful quarterback in this league. He's not leaning too good on either end of the stick. I'm going to go with an odd kind of football score here, 22-16, and I am going to take the Patriots.
And for everybody who says that's an odd score, if the game goes to overtime and Drake May leads the Patriots to a touchdown on the first drive of the game, that is the final score of the game. So in Oren's scenario, if the game does go to overtime, the Patriots get the ball first and they score on the first.
For all you East Coast people, let's go, baby.
And Oren promoting the Dodgers. I love it. This is good stuff. Bengals, Browns. I'm going to take the Browns in an upset here, 31-28. Why? I know the Browns having a fire sale. They traded Amari Cooper to the Bills. I'm aware of that, but I also think that the Browns getting Nick Chubb back could be just the rejuvenation they need. They're going to get Wyatt Teller back next week. I think. And Ron Torbert's officiating this game. The Bengals usually lose when Ron Torbert's calling a game. I mean, they lost the Super Bowl when to the Rams when Ron Torbert officiated it. They lost the Chiefs in the AFC title when Ron Torbert officiated that. Ron Torbert is cancer for the Bengals, so I like the Browns in an upset, 31-28. I am buying the dip in Cleveland, and I think Burrow's never beaten the Browns in First Energy Stadium. I know the Browns are the only team that haven't scored 20 points all season on offense, but I am buying the dip for Cleveland this week.
Well, that's because you're a Guardians fan.
That's true.
And anyway, I'm going to give you my breakdown. First of all, Deshaun Watson probably, no matter what his salary is, he's having a horrendous start on this Browns. They just look out of sync. Browns quarterbacks don't survive in this league. There hasn't been, I don't know how many years, but it's just, I don't know what's going on in Cleveland. That's why I'm going to take the better quarterback right now and go Joe Burrow, no matter where it is, no matter who's calling the game. Browns do not have the decency to win. The Browns played the Eagles close on Sundays, but Philadelphia outgained them by 100 yards. So, you're getting some kind of, it's just the Browns are not even sharp here. I'm going to take 31-10. Bengals going to have a fun day. Burrow's going to be high spirited and everything.
Yeah. I mean, looking at
I can see that bushy hair.
Yes, next game is the Lions and Vikings in Minnesota. And I like the Lions here. I like the Lions over the Vikings, despite the fact that Aiden Hutchinson's not in the lineup. I don't think it'll matter. I think the Lions are the better team on paper. But with 3 of their defensive ends injured, Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, and Comiskey on IR, they got to start their number 4 and number 5 defensive ends. Pascal, their number 4 defensive end, is playing right end against Minnesota's left tackle. And Levi Onwuzurike, their defensive tackle, starting at 43 left end. And then they've got James Houston, the 4th. And Isaiah, they added a guy that the Browns drafted in the 7th round and cut, who was on the Bengals practice squad. Mm-hmm. So they do have, but as long as the Lions offense is healthy, they're going to do enough to beat the Vikings. I think the Vikings are due for their first loss. I'm going to go 28-24 Lions over Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, for that game, I love this game. This is the game of the week for me. We have that on our thumbnail. If you guys do look at that, this is going to be a shootout as far as I'm concerned for the NFL. It's going to be a lot of points, but then there's going to be great defenses playing. So it might not be a shootout like I just mentioned, but I shouldn't say a shootout. I'm going to say a close game. I'm going to give it to the Vikings. I think they're the ultimate team. I can see them winning the NFC title game too. So I'm going to give them 24-21 over their big rival in Detroit. That could be a real good game.
Yep. Next up, it is the Bills and the Titans. I've got the Buffalo Bills winning this game 28-10. Bills are just a better team on paper than the Titans. They're getting Amari Cooper. I really shouldn't have to say anything else about this game. And now that the Bills have a number 1 receiver for Allen, I think Cooper can be that difference maker. But Cooper does lead the NFL with 9 drops, so that's another noteworthy stat to point out. But I'm going to take the Bills to beat the Titans. Who isn't?
Yeah, I mean the Bills and the Titans. This is not even a matchup. As far as I'm concerned, I am with you on this one. I mean, Bills just won the Jets. We'll talk about that. Well, we could talk about that since we're mentioning the Bills. So the Jets, who they played last week, they just got Devontae Adams yesterday in a trade for the Raiders. I really don't think they helped themselves much, to say the least. They forget that Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old. I mean, how long is he going to last with Devontae Adams anyway? They're not going to go to the championship. There's better teams out there in the AFC division, and you and I both know that. I don't think that's going to help them win one more game over the Bills.
Best case scenario, the Jets probably get a wild card, the 6 or 7 seed, and they lose in the wild card round.
Right. But it's not going to help them go to the Super Bowl. It's either going to be Kansas City or the Bills, right now.
Maybe the Ravens.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those 3.
And I just don't feel anything coming out of this to help Aaron Rodgers. Oh, wow, you get another weapon. It's not like the guy's 27 years old anymore. When he was with Green Bay, 26, 27, he was in the prime of his career. But you're not getting the same aspects. It's nice. You have Lazard there, too. You're building your little team, up that you had in Green Bay, but these guys are all older now. you're going to get targets over there, but they're not going to win any games. Anyway, I went off the subject because we're talking about the Bills.
Texans and Packers is the next game, by the way, in Green Bay. I like the Packers 27-20. I was considering taking the Texans, but the Packers are just the healthier team right now, and I think they're the better team between them and the Texans. I do think the Texans probably return to the divisional round as the AFC South champions again, but I think the Packers could be the second best team in the NFC, and they are healthier than the Lions right now. They're like one of the healthier teams in the league.
Yeah, I mean, you got CJ, you got two great quarterbacks, and I like how they get Jordan Love has become his own type of thing.
Yeah, you took the Texans, but
Aaron Rodgers gone. You have CJ Stroud and Jordan Love. Were two breakout quarterbacks last season, and they're facing off in the NFL. The only thing with Stroud, he doesn't have Nico Collins to throw to tomorrow, on this Sunday. So that could be an issue a little bit. That's why I think I took the Packers, correct?
No, you took the Texans.
Okay, so let me reverse. I'm not going to reverse my pick. Just going to talk about it. So, and then I think there's also a potential they might not have all their linemen as well, the Texans. I didn't look at all this stuff probably before. But anyway, Love is doing well this season. Packers, I'm going to go 30-24, maybe one touchdown kind of victory for the Texans. I like this. It's going to be a nice game to watch.
Yeah, I mean, the Packers have the healthier depth chart, but so far out of the full, we got 7 people that contribute to Draft Utopia each week. Only 4 have sent me their picks so far, but I'm the only one taking the Packers as of right now. That could change within the coming days between now and tomorrow, but as of right now, I'm the only one taking the Packers. Dolphins play the Colts. Anthony Richardson is going to get the start. I like the Colts 19-13 in a very sloppy defensive game. So
yeah, I mean, the last time this is last time we saw the Dolphins play the Colts. I don't even remember the way they played, but the funny thing is, you're looking at Joe Flacco, who seems like he's been in the league for 20 years, and the funny thing is, he's not doing bad. I like what they got here with the Colts. Miami is going on a different tangent. They're going to go kind of downhill. They don't have their starting QB, and they may have to pick up somebody. We don't know what happens, but let's just go with it right now. I'm going to go with 28-10. The Colts will win a nice game here against the Dolphins.
Yeah. Doug Peterson basically said the first team to score 20 might win the Patriots-Jaguars game. That sounds like a knock against the Patriots offense. I can see why he picked the Patriots now. I'm not flipping, but let's get on to the Eagles-Giants. It's in New York. I've got the Eagles. Both teams' left tackles are out this week. Jordan Mailata, Andrew Thomas. So both quarterbacks are going to have less protection, but Thibodeau is on IR. I still think the Eagles are a slightly better team than the Giants, but I'm going to go 19-17 Eagles with the Giants covering the 3.5-point spread. Malik Neighbors is going to be back from concussion protocol. I'm not bold enough to take the Giants outright, but I do think with Andrew Thomas being out for the year, this is a game the Eagles probably win now.
Yeah, I mean, they have a very good, I think Jordan Malata or whatever, as a very good offensive tackle. I just feel that the Giants get Malik Neighbors is great off the field if he stays healthy. But this is going to be a closer game than I think we think. This is a rivalry game we're talking about. Don't forget, Saquon Barkley Bowl. He is back, but now he's playing with a different team. I believe he'll get a lot or yards. Usually when they have like a revenge, when they're playing a good team, they want to get, I believe he'll get 2 touchdowns. So that gives them a little bit advantage, his willingness to win right there. I'm going to take the Giants to lose. in a 28-24 meeting.
I like that. Eagles barely cover the spread on your thing. Raiders play the Rams in LA. Are you going to the game on Sunday?
Well, this is another Raider Bowl. Who cares about the Rams in LA? I know there are a lot of fans that do. I'm just playing. It's not like but the funny thing is, I was looking at this Steelers game when they played last week, the Raiders. I was appalled that they allowed so many Steeler fans into the stadium. I mean, my God, who cares about the money? No wonder they lost. Anyway, I see it's revenge on any team that stepped into the Vegas, because you're going to see a lot of Raider fans there this time. More probably than there were in Vegas last week. And that's the funny thing. So I feel they should have never left Los Angeles, at least. Anyway, Cooper Kupp, I think he's going to be making his return. Give an extra weapon to, but thank God Gardner Minshew's out. I think Aiden Connell will be his second start this season. Going to make a little name for himself. So what if they don't have Adams? He wasn't there for 2-3 weeks anyway. So focus on that, folks. 21-17 Raiders win.
I've got the Rams winning 35-13. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a much closer game than that. But Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp could be back for the Rams this week. That's why I'm expecting the Rams to just go off and dominate. And if you thought that score was hilarious, you might lose it when I read the score of the next game. Panthers Commanders. I have the Commanders beating the Panthers 63-6. Panthers have the worst run defense in the league. They've allowed the most points since 1981. Colts. So I have the Commanders spanking the Panthers 63-6. That is my final score. 69 combined points between the Commanders and Panthers.
Wow, this is a joke kind of game. I mean, this is like a teaser game or whatever you want to call it. Jaden Daniels is commanding the Commanders, the Redskins. He is a Redskin by trait. I don't care what you want to put. You can get me a racial card. I'll show you Native Americans that love that name. So I don't know why they ever had to change the name.
He's the Redskin commander.
Yeah. Anyway, this is another show altogether. We can make fun of every team. I think Brian Robinson Jr. is due back in the lineup. Woo, big deal. Run defense it's just been Andy Dalton been a little bit better than what they had during the beginning of the season. However, I just feel that this is just going to be a demanding one. I'm taking 31-7. I'm going to give them a touchdown even. I don't even think they'll score much, but I'll give them 31-7. It could be 31-6 and not even give up a touchdown, but I'll give them a touchdown. I just feel that the Panthers are going the complete opposite direction, where the Redskins they're going to battle probably the Eagles towards the end of the season in the NFC East division. I'm
giving the Panthers a touchdown and a missed 2-point conversion. Oren's giving the Panthers sorry franchise an extra point. It feels like a pity extra point, but I think that's what it is. But the Chiefs play the 49ers. It's the first game where the Chiefs are underdogs all season. And when it comes to this game, I like the Chiefs 28-20. I mean, Chiefs are the one team that's had the 49ers number over the years. If McCaffrey was playing, I might pick San Francisco. He's not going to be back until November, so I like the Chiefs to win another couple games. I think either the Buccaneers or the Bills are going to be the first team to hand the Chiefs their first loss of the year. It's coming, but I don't think it's coming this week. I like the Chiefs to remain undefeated.
Yeah. The Chiefs, I can't ask for how many plays that I've seen this year. I haven't really looked and investigated too much on last year, but It's just to me, and you and I kind of off the record, but this is the one game they're going to lose, Chris. This is in San Francisco. San Francisco will have an advantage here. I don't care if Mahomes cries like a baby. This is the one game they're going to lose because the cheaters, the refs, would like them to lose this game. And that's the way it goes. If the beautiful Christian McCaffrey is out, that's okay. They'll find every way to make Brock Purdy win. And that's the game. I'm taking a low-scoring game, or a low-scoring game as far as I'm concerned, 20-16.
All right. Next game is the is this the Sunday night game? Yeah, it's Jets Steelers. I was originally gonna take the Steelers.
You forgot the Falcons. You forgot the Falcons and the Seahawks.
I thought we did that game, Falcons Seahawks. That was a 1 p.m. game.
You missed 2 games. You didn't do the Jets and the Steelers.
Okay, Jets Steelers was the game we were about to do, but Falcons Seahawks. I thought we did Falcons Seahawks. That's my fault. But let's do Falcons Seahawks. 21-16 Atlanta. Atlanta's healthier than Seattle right now. I think that's going to be the difference. But I like the Falcons in a low-scoring game at home.
Well, the two birds play. You got Dirty Bird number 1 and the Hawk and the whatever you want to call it. Falcons ranked 27th in the pass rush, but could that give Geno Smith some time? Remember, they went 3-0 Seattle in the beginning, and now they're 3-3.
Yep.
This next game will give them where they're going to go. But I still think 49ers are going to win that division. Sorry, Seattle. This is not the day for you. I think I went with the Falcons, and that's who's going to win. Yep. Matt Ryan will have a field day with the defense in Seattle, and it will be 35-14. Okay, you like that equal touchdown?
I like that score. I like the fact that you went with the blowout. But yeah, it's going to be the Rams or the Niners that win that division, and it's looking like the Niners unless the Rams start winning some games. But as far as the Jets Steelers go, I've got a low-scoring game, and because the Steelers are entertaining the idea of starting Russell Wilson, I am punishing them. 21-14, Jets go into Acrisure Stadium, and they beat the Steelers by a touchdown in a defensive game.
Yeah, so we'll see where that goes. I'm going to go Steelers here. I don't think the Jets, even though they get their extra weapon, who's probably going to play, even though he said he was hurt, nothing will change. Steelers will win, no matter who quarterback is, Fields or Russell, and they just have a better team. I'm going to go 21-10, the Steelers.
All right. And the Monday night games, we've got 2 of them. Ravens
and the Bucks.
Ravens and the Buccaneers. I like the Ravens. Lamar Jackson. The Ravens are just too hot right now, Oren. They got too much momentum. I'm going to go with the Ravens 27-20. They beat Tampa Bay by a touchdown on the road.
Yeah, Tampa is a good team. Don't get me wrong. They look a much better impressive. They had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the year. I feel that Bulls going to carry this talent, but to beat the Ravens might not lose for a while. They lost to the Raiders. That's not going to happen very often. I think they're under the thing. I am going to take a very close game, and I'm going to say 23-21, and I'm going to take the Ravens.
And the Ravens are favored by 5. So Oren's telling you to bet on the +5 and the Buccaneers to cover that spread with the 23-21 game. But I do agree with Oren on the under. The over-under is 48.5. I do agree with Oren. The under is going to hit. It's going to be a defensive game. Final game here before we head on out. to watch the NLCS. Dodgers lead 2-0 at the moment. And
10-0. It's okay. I'm
it's
just playing.
fine. Chargers and the Cardinals. I'm not sure who's going to win this game. I honestly think it comes down to whether Marvin Harrison Jr. plays. But right now, give me the Cardinals 28-27 in a high-scoring Monday night game, which will only be available on ESPN Plus. So if you do not have ESPN Plus, you are stuck watching the better game, Ravens Buccaneers.
It's called streaming. Free streaming. Find out your local free streamer. Anyway.
Yeah, and if you're ESPN, here's a word of advice. Put the better game on ESPN Plus. Put the shittier game on ESPN ABC. That way your consumers have to pay more money to get the better game. So
I don't get the whole thing. It should be very easy to watch Monday Night Football. It used to be just on ABC. You flick it on. You had an antenna. Boom. Shit. Come on. To watch it. I mean, the whole thing has just gone to nuts because, we have CBS and we have Fox for the Sunday games. So it should be the same kind of thing. It should be and you have NBC or Peacock for your Sunday night game. I don't know why Monday Night Football, you got to go to a third party. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's just my take on that.
I agree with you. I think we're probably going to start seeing streaming in the Super Bowl in the future for like the halftime shows. I think they're going to go away from music and they're going to start airing pilots on the streaming networks.
Anyway.
Well, that's another
Arizona can't stop the run worth you know what.
Yeah.
Chargers have what it takes to win on offense. And I love Kyle Murray. He's a great quarterback, but he doesn't have anything to go with. And it's kind of a bummer, but that's what it is. So you got to lean on the Chargers here and just go with it. I wouldn't even take a point here, but I'm going to because you have to. This is a game here. And this is going to be probably, I love that score that you put up, but it's 27, I'd say 27-13. And I'm taking the LA Chargers, unfortunately, the San Diego pass people or whatever you want to call them, the dolts. Anyway.
Yeah.
The Cards are just not on the same program. They looked a little bit strong in the beginning, but no, they're just no. Sorry, folks. If
Trey McBride and James Conner step up, the Cardinals can steal this game, but it's going to be hard if Marvin Harrison Jr. is out in concussion protocol.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's forced to miss a few games with a suffering concussion last week in the game. So
yeah, he got injured in the second quarter, had a concussion, missed all of that game, might miss the Monday night game, but that's it.
Well, Ohtani is up. Hail, Ohtani.
And Walker Buehler just got the Dodgers out of the fourth inning. He's pitched amazing so far. So, yeah, fifth inning coming up. We will be signing off, but the fifth inning of Dodgers-Mets is coming up if you have FS1.
Let's go, Dodgers. Let's go, Dodgers. Okay, folks, I'm out.
Oren might have a World Series recap next Wednesday preview if the Dodgers win the NL pennant. Just warning you guys.